Oh hey, welcome back. I've owned a toy store for all of 1 week now, so I stand before you a broken and beaten man. That's not true. I might look a little rough. I do feel a little bit rough, but I am in the best health I've been in probably since my early 20s. So I promise you, even if I look like I'm dying, I'm handling this well. Now, I bet you're wondering how the first week of the toy store went. Well, I honestly couldn't imagine what it would look like if it had went better. It was amazing, and I did my best to film what I could of the goings-on in this toy store. I really tried hard, but to be honest with you, it wasn't that easy to fulfill my responsibilities here and film everything. So what I was able to film was some hours before open and after close, where I was doing some modifications around the store, stuff like that. And I was able to film a little bit of trade-in stuff, so definitely stick around for that in this video. I got in what I could this week, but pretty please hit the subscribe button and make sure you come back for next week, because where in this video I'm sort of just showing off how things went from a zoomed-out view of the store, I'm going to try really hard to squeeze the camera in on some trade-ins and some customer interactions, etc., to show you how awesome the store is going. But this week, there's some cool stuff. Check it out. Behold, this corner was full of like construction material and I cleaned it out. And now I'm gonna turn it into a workspace, because with just 3 days, we're going on day 4 of the store being open, I found so much stuff that needs to be tested and or fixed and worked on, etc. So there's no way I'm running all the way downstairs to my workshop down there to do every little thing. So I'm gonna build a workbench and some pegboard with tools, everything we need to test video games and the like. It's really needed, so I'm gonna try to get it done today before the store opens. I have an hour. One of my favorite parts of the store. I was afraid I was gonna have to take this workbench apart to get it where I'm going, but it fit on the lift and all of our doors are like double wide. Because when this place was built, or maybe not when it was built, but the last thing it was like an appliance store with washers and dryers and stuff, so they had to have wide doors to fit things, which makes my life a lot easier. One's high and one down here low. There you go. Okay. Okay, now over here. Okay. Okay.
Never used a power tool in my life until this week.
You used exactly the last nail.
Oh.
That's what I really want. And then a bench over here with like a CRT with the consoles plugged in. I don't know. Hard to say. Sometimes I forget I'm filming. We have light, but this is our back room where we work on things. So we need more light, better quality light. So I'm going to string up more of those LEDs and actually suspend some of them. There's like 8 things at Walmart, Home Depot I need that I can't really finish all the things on my to-do list to make the store more ready to go. Lighting in my workbench being the predominant ones. So we gotta go buy some stuff. And now I'm loaded down with a car full of extension cords and other stuff I really need for the shop, and I'm picking up lunch at Zaxby's, really the only acceptable chicken place here in town. And I've been gone from the shop for 2 hours and I hate it. Like, it's really difficult to figure out how to say this. I don't know what to compare it to, because obviously it's not really an appropriate comparison to having kids, but it's just like, this store is so in its infancy that now Lauren's calling me from the shop is probably a problem. Anyways, the store, they want to know the price of something that didn't have a price tag on it. The store is so in its infancy, it's like hard to step away, and it was nerve-wracking to even say, okay, I'm gonna go to Walmart and get this stuff I really need. But there's things in the shop that are such a mess that I need time to get them cleaned up. I need to run extension cords, etc. I need to get lights plugged up. So it's hard to leave, but our employees are killing it. They just did a whole trade-in without me. Lauren looked over the numbers, she's happy with them. And that was sort of the nervous part, that I completely trust our employees to do cash register and other things like that. But the buying stuff is like, we got to get that right because we got to make customers happy. We got to not spend too much. It's a very important part of the store. And they just did their first buy without being in the store. So I feel good. I feel better. But I go to Zaxby's and it's a 10-minute wait because I want traditional wings because I'm trying to feed myself something good just to lighten myself up a little. So, Zen, patience is the virtue. And I also am taking allergy medicine now, worried about my health a little more. But without a prescription, you only get 10 tablets a day of the good stuff. And so I keep going a couple days without it because it's hard to get away from the store. But I got the good stuff. I'm going to go to the doctor this week just to get a prescription so I can get 30 pills at once. I don't know why. You guys don't need to know these life problems, but it's just like, more than any other job I've ever had, this is just like high stakes. Like, let's get this right. Probably because of ownership, but that's how these things go. None of these are complaints to say that I'm super unhappy or anything like this. I'm very excited, but it's just a huge learning curve of how to fit this into my life right now. But it'll all be better after chicken. And we're back at the store. We have lit this place up like the sun. And there's one new workbench, 2 new workbenches, some random white girl, and then someone just brought a big old load of trains in to the store to trade in. And it makes me happy because it's the first trade in for trains. And I've been a little worried they may not show up, but now they have. Did you see all of this? Look, all trains, like 100 of them.
Oh my God.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh.
We'll take them. Behold, I have placed the pegboard behind the train table. There's been a lot of stuff that are actually sets that I just sort of priced individually and figured if people do better, maybe they'd get them. But I've went ahead and started putting sets together, like stuff that makes sense. Fire truck set, $20. Yesterday's task of transforming the back room went very well. Very happy with it. You can just tell from up here it's better lit. I wish it looked better to the eye from out in the store, but that's not something I'm really going to overly concern myself with. It's a functional room, and that's what matters. Tail end of yesterday, I ended up getting a tub of Lego as well as just a ton of toys traded in. But the cool thing, those Lego came with an Oculus Quest 2, which is out for sale, and I'm almost super confident that it's going to sell today. Trains, that was the better part of yesterday too, but it's all done. It's all full display. I'm very happy with it. Now, today's major project is in between trade-ins, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to better utilize this space for the artwork I've been selling. So this is all my personal drawings and stuff, and then as well as like other posters that are for sale. These posters, all of it's been selling surprisingly well. But I'm gonna make wall hangers and basically do something like this. Like, I'll put the artwork here, and then beside it, I'll put this hanger where you pull the artwork out. And I just cut the wood for about, I think I did 22 of these. I don't know if I even have 22 prints, but I want to make plenty of them to grow. And then I'll just cover this side of this wall with just artwork. And then this is becoming the place for video game accessories, and I've got a bunch more to price today. And then this has been posters, but I think I'm going to divide this in half and make this more space to go through video games, not unlike this table, because we're already out of room on this table for the most part. Everything's crowded. So those are my major goals for today. Don't know how it's going to go. Stick around to find out. I made her carry the wood I've already cut. She drops it, it's all over. It's the worst game of Jenga ever.
There we go.
All right. I change my mind every 5 minutes on this kind of thing. I was going to do multicolored on the shelves in which the artwork is going to go in, but I'm just going to go with all blue because it works. So there you go. I'm going to cover that with those, I think. Well, as many as I can. New bag wall toys. Let me show you how far I got before I ran out of paint. I got 6 deep, but I think that's pretty good looking. And I think I'm going to print smaller versions of each poster on here so you can sort of get down here and see what it looks like. And yeah, we had one person buy a print today, I think, so not bad. Also, I've started printing stuff on some thicker cardstock, so it's way nicer than this old paper that you see the corners bending. This sort of won't do that. Lots of stuff in the video game accessories bin. Very happy about that. And then outside of that, today turned into a Pokemon sorting day. Basically everything $10 and above is in the box in these hard cases. $1 to $10 is in a box like this, though I fully intend to put them in something nicer. Basically the middle range loose stuff, 75 cents is in this box, and they're all sleeved. And then I think everything in here will be a quarter. It's all commons and uncommons, so give people plenty of stuff to dig through. I need to print custom fronts for these, which is perfect because I think this is about 17 inches, so I can probably print the face of that entirely. And I would like to have a box full of this stuff similarly, but after sorting all those cards, that's what came out of there that was rare or hollow or, you know, semi, anything between 25 cents and $1. There you go. But these guys are mad at me now because I've had them sorting Pokemon cards for hours. Actually, they got done with those and I came up with these out of the basement. Sorry, guys.
All good.
Even you over here sleeving things. Mm-hmm. And what am I doing? Walking around talking to a camera. It is Wednesday, I think. Today will be our 5th or 6th day open. I think 6th day. So we're getting close to a week. I was at Walmart this morning buying spray paint to finish these blue guys, right? And they had yellow baskets. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, one of my favorite storage solutions back in Arizona, because I had a smaller apartment, didn't have workshops and all this stuff, I had these baskets, and I always bought different colors when I found them, and I just liked them because they stack nicely. Now, in the store setting, they may not make so much sense to everyone, but I'm used to them, I like them, so I've been sticking with them. And they had yellow at Walmart today, and it was not planned. I did not go there to buy these, but when I saw there were yellow ones on the shelves, I grabbed all 6 that were there on the shelf. Walmart does this thing with a lot of products like coat hangers and those baskets specifically, where they have one color for a couple months and they switch it out, and there's no real rhyme or reason, at least that I know of. If you work at Walmart and know any better, tell me. But like, I like yellow coat hangers too in my closet. I always have. I've just done that for years and years, even before this channel, and I have to wait for the yellow ones to come back around. It's been the same with these baskets. But now that they're there, I'm going to go back a couple times this week and try to buy all they have, because there's a lot of overflow stuff. I don't want to waste this space on the floor. Some of it doesn't need baskets, like this big stuff, but like all this LOL stuff on the floor definitely needs to go in these baskets. And I just need more. So that was a great find. I'd buy some orange ones too if I found them, but yellow is what we want around here, and you know it. And then like the Lego over here, there's some stuff I want to start bagging up and just selling by the bag, so the Lego nuts can get some good stuff for cheap. So that's good. Every one of these tables needs those baskets. So I'm not gonna put them out yet. I think I'll let the employees come in and do it and make those choices. Another note about the store, just in case anyone watching is interested in the numbers of how these things are going. Every morning, part of my routine when I come to the store, before I even turn the lights on, I like to check our stock value, which is the dollar amount that everything in here would sell for right now. Because I do this because my biggest worry has been, because we bought, as most of longtime viewers know, we bought all of the store stock at Goodwill outlets, at yard sales, etc. But now that the store's open, we can't really go do that all the time. So I've been worried, am I going to be able to get stock in the door to keep this store running? And I'm proud to say that here we go on day 5 or 6, and our stock count is up $10,000 from when we opened, which means it hasn't dropped a bit. Every day we have put more stock in than we've sold, but because of the nature of a buy-sell trade store, it's not like we've spent as much. You know, if we make $1,000 today, we'll probably spend $100, $200 on trade-ins. That's the way it's been working out. So this place, even though it's been hit hard by this community, it's not really dwindling. Video game boxes are full, and I am happy. I'm often a little bit particular about the finer details, so in getting all of our Pokemon cards sorted for the store this week, I had to go and decorate the sorter boxes. So for the box, absolutely chock full of 25-cent cards, there's Mewtwo to let you know that these cards cost 25 cents. I'm printing the back of the box now, then I gotta go glue them on, and Pokemon cards will be ready. All right, Mew, let them know. And here's the one I did yesterday. 75 cents. Pikachu holding a sign. Well, standing in front of a sign. How about that? Another day is wrapping up, and I've bought a couple more games. You'd be surprised. Like, I've bought and sold multiple rubies already, which is pretty crazy. Bought my first yellow today, so that's in the box. It's pretty nice to see. I started with 2 of those. 1 is gone. I've bought and then sold one. Someone else bought another one, and that's what's in the case. Haven't sold Crystal yet, but that's the expensive one, right? So, yeah. I'll get the door. Time to lock up. We're done for today. Today's the day we've all been waiting for. It's the Saturday after opening, so we've been open a week, and today we just got our first Saturday trade-in, and it's just a ton of Switch games. Some stuff we've already inventoried, but it was a whole Switch, the Mario Kart Live Circuit Luigi set. That's pretty awesome. And then a bunch of toys. Forgot about those. But the Switch, I'm deliberating on keeping one of every console for testing things, and there's already some Switches in the box. So I might hold on to it, but I don't know. You know, Switch stuff's not going to be needed to be tested a lot unless someone brings in, like, Joy-Cons and controllers, so maybe I'll keep it. But they brought in this 360 as well, which I'm resetting here in my testing setup that she's currently burying herself under. But I'm quickly amassing one of every handheld and everything, and like I get nervous because like I don't want to keep the only one we have, so I'm sort of waiting until there's 2 or 3 of certain things. So finally, there's 2 or 3 Game Boys. I'm keeping one in here. 2 or 3 Switches now, so I'm going to keep one for testing, etc., etc. It's working out. Saturday's going well. Let me break something down for you. It is Sunday. I was going to say it's Friday. We thought Saturday would be our crazy day for the weekend, and it just wasn't. It was okay. It was like any other normal day though, but Sunday has been not so crazy to the point where it is 3:32. We opened at noon, so 3.5 hours. From the moment we opened, I've been working on the same kids' Pokemon cards. It took me an hour to write up the offer of what I was going to give them for them, because I had to scan the expensive cards and do some math and figure it out. And I've filled up a box over there. There's a bunch of rares, $20, $30 cards in the box. And I'm finally down to just the $1 cards that are left. It took 3.5 hours for me to get done. I think we need more manpower. I think we're going to have to hire a few more. Which we hired 1 this week, right? And we got 2 more we're pretty sure on, but we haven't offered a job yet. We got like 10 more interviews. I think we hired her at some point. She did all this since open. This is all trade-ins right here. Is there more to go, or is this all of it?
I think this is all.
Okay, that's pretty good. I thought it was a record, but there's one lady on like opening day that brought in that much all by herself. But still, that's a lot. That's a lot of clothes to put out on the floor. Happy Sunday. Sunday was so crazy, in fact, that it is now 10:03 in the evening, and I'm editing the video that you're watching. And I couldn't film another bit. It got even crazier. This Sunday was wild. It was our best day in sales minus the grand opening, obviously. A lot of you guys came out. It was inflated because the community came out too. So, yeah, it'll probably be a long time before we ever top opening day. But this was our best day since then, by far. And trade-ins were through the roof. These boxes are filled. The Pokemon card boxes, that if you rewind this video back towards the beginning and look how many Pokemon cards were on top of these cases, it's quadrupled. I've filled these. I went to bigger boxes. Like, this was not full yet, but it's way more than it was. These video games are nutty. Back at the beginning of the video, this was not near as full as it is now. This is going really well, and I have high hopes. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't, but I've been doing really well tempering expectations and making sure that I don't have unrealistic expectations. But I'm very thankful, and I'm very thankful for all of you that have come out and participated. I'm not thankful for how often I like to change my mind, because you saw me do all this work, and I hated the posters in there. They all flapped over. I didn't like anything about it. So if anybody's got suggestions for what to put in these, any cool creative ideas of what I could throw in there to sell, or I don't know, is there a product around here I'm not thinking about that could set it them? Because I do like the look of that. I think that looks awesome. But I don't like the artwork in them, so I'm going to do something else. I know what I am going to do with the artwork later, but I'll show that off later. Thinking about building some small shelves here to put Skylanders on or something. lots of ideas floating around my head. I have no lack of ideas. But if you've got any suggestions for anything that you saw in the store from the beginning of this video, pretty please share it in the comments below. I'm open to any and all suggestions. This store is going to constantly evolve. That's really all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging around. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because you're going to want to come back for the next video, because I'm going to try to focus on the next video way more on like day-to-day operations. I know I didn't get a lot of footage of actually buying and stuff like that in this video, but to be honest with you, everything that happened this week was so brand new to me and to my team. There was just no room for a camera in everyone's face all the time to try to capture it. As exciting as it was, as much as I wish I had it on camera, we were too busy for that. But hopefully, by the time I wake up tomorrow and start the next video you're going to watch, I will know a little bit better about what's going to happen. I'll be able to film it better. So if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button. Come back for some gnarly trade-ins, for some more store decorations, etc., etc. Until next time, peace out.